Hi guys, it's reaction time. We got Takida and Your Blood Awaits You. I covered a Takida song last week. Went down really well actually with all the subscribers. Some in particular has become one of their favourite bands, which I love. I absolutely love when I can turn someone on to a great band. I can't remember if someone recommended the video to me, but I'm so glad they did, because we got a new album coming out as well from this band that I've never heard before. Had albums out as well. This is what it's all about on this channel for me, is finding new music. Not all about. We love classic 80s, some 90s, maybe not too much 2000s, but then later on there's been some great music through the years, isn't there? Especially now with bands now. Music now is so great. And for me it's about, yes, listening to that great music that we grew up with, people my age, but it's about finding new music and realising that there's plenty of it out there. You know, there's some people that don't even give it a chance, and that's not cool. That's not cool. We should always give new music a chance, and that's what I feel is the most important thing that I want to do on this channel, is introduce new music to you guys and get some of these bands that it's not easy in the music business, get some of them even a little bit of notoriety and get you guys listening to it. So when I did the Takida reaction, I noticed, I think there's a song out, this came out after it, so I thought I'll put it on the list for next week. So it's Your Blood Awaits You. The Agony Flame is the album. It's coming out on February the 9th, not long, so one of the first albums of the year. The band actually say about this song, Your Blood Awaits You is a story about a mother facing the tough challenge of raising and supporting her rebellious daughter as a single parent. The daughter tests many boundaries before running away from home and subsequently getting involved in a destructive life that includes drugs, violence, and the wrong circle of friends. Simultaneously, a worried and heartbroken mother struggles to try to forgive and love her child once again. Obviously, that's something that happens too much in this world, isn't it? And it's easy to happen as well. So a really interesting subject matter as well. And this band is so interesting to listen to. I mean, I've only heard, to tell you the truth, I've not delved at all. Although some subscribers on this channel, particularly my mate Rob Walden, if you're listening, he's become one of his favourite bands, and and I think that this band is so interesting to listen to. And for me, that song that I heard, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more, because I think they're probably a little bit more, especially lyrically, a bit more in depth than some of the stuff I listen to as well. So I'm not always a lyric person, but sometimes they can really hit home, especially if it becomes, very personal to you as well. Anyway, Takida. By the way, this isn't very my kids haven't run off and become rebellious teenagers, by the way. In fact, they're pretty good for kids. They were. I think I've been pretty lucky in that respect. Anyway, Your Blood Awaits You from Takida. Here we go.
I met you down by the water. We talked about the reasons why you haven't reached out to your daughter. It's eating you alive. You think about her every hour, and most of the time you cry. Wonder if she's trying to stay sober. Tears seem to never dry. You got a note last week saying she wants to change her life, wants to make amends, no alibi defense consider. We didn't choose this life. She's all alone now. I know she ripped your heart out. Since the final call you've been on. But don't you think it is time? Take your family home alive, because your blood awaits you. Deep inside you want to be her mom. Oh. she discovered, lost in such misery finds. Smack and piss became her lover, all the different minds. She always took after her father, a drunk, weak, suffering kind. He's no longer with us, erasure. That time you were blind. You gotta know last week, saying she wants to change her life, wants to make amends, no alibi defense considered. Within issues there's a lie. She's all alone now. I know she ripped your heart out since the final call you've been on. But don't you think it is time? Take your family home alive, because your blood awaits you. Deep inside you want to be alone.
Well, what a different ride of emotions this is. Even though there's emotion in the other Takida song I covered last week, this it definitely has it in a different way. Obviously really melodic and mellow. It's got emotion running right through it. You can really, as a parent as well, you can understand and the feeling and emotion running through this song. It's amazing. And when I say relatable, I mean the lyrically it's very simple. It's not abstract or anything like that, and you could say that's so effective. And because of the simplicity of the lyrics, it's easy to follow. You know exactly what they're talking about, and there's so much emotion in the singer's voice. Although you would think, you know, he's singing at this sort of very sort of same level, but it's almost talking this story, isn't it? Because of the you know, the character in his voice, and it's so easy to latch onto. It sounds very relatable, you know, to us. It doesn't, you know, with someone screaming to the heavens, sometimes you think, yeah, it's a great voice, but you know, you can have as much emotion and singing it, you know, just meaning it. And even though he's singing at this lower level, like I said, it's unusual for probably a lot of bands on this channel that I cover, singers that can just scream and stuff like that. This is what this song needs. It needs that emotion running through it. It needs that simplicity, because you can hear every single lyric, and the lyrics are what this song is all about. I mean, it's a beautiful song anyway, but lyrically, there's not many songs, like I said, I'm not a lyric person usually, but probably this is something, the exception, something like this, where I could listen to it just for lyrics, really. But on top of that, you've got a really emotional sounding song as well. Just piano mainly running through this, which is very cool. I can't wait for the album, because I'm thinking, you know, what else are we going to get on this album? The last song I covered was very sort of melodic rock, AOR almost. This is different beast altogether, very ballady, but piano led. No real guitars crashing in as of yet, and I like that emotion, a roller coaster ride you sometimes get on albums, and I think that's makes it such an interesting listen. And I'm so glad it's coming out at the beginning of the year, because I think this is going to have lots to peel back. I think this album, I think there's going to be lots of different feels in songs, and it'd be nice to, you know, really latch onto this album through the year and see what sort of ride it takes you on, you know. But I'm really excited about it. I love the chorus, the way it sort of, even though this is a very mellow song all the way through, I love the way that the sort of verses are a little bit faster, and then it gets to that chorus and you can feel it building up, and then all of a sudden it just really sort of slows down. And it's not half time, I don't think, but it really sort of slows down, and the emotion sort of pours out a little bit more because of that in that chorus. It's great. I love everything about it. I really do. It's pulls at the heartstrings a little bit. You know, there's lots of people in this situation, parents, you know, whose kids have gone off the rails and, you know, and died also because of, you know, drugs and drink and stuff like that. It's an easy thing, you know, to happen, and you know, you feel for people like that, especially if they tried their hardest with their kids and this has happened. So very emotional, very cool. Here we go for the rest, guys.
your life. Wants to make amends, no alibi defense considered. I know it's my turn to speak, and I'm sorry for the lies. Please turn on your pretense. I want to be your friend, not a trigger. We didn't choose this life. She's all alone now. I know she ripped your heart out. Since the final call you've been done. But don't you think it is time? Take your family home loud, because your blood awaits you. Deep inside you want to be a mom. We didn't choose this life. She's all alone now. I know she ripped your heart out. Since the final call you've been numb. Why don't you think it is time? Take your family over loud, because your blood awaits you. Deep inside you want to be a mom.
Wow, what an infectious song, man. I mean, that chorus is just, it seems very understated, but it's so hooky. It's really, really catchy. And when it built up for that last chorus especially, and the orchestral parts came into effect even more, the emotion built up, man, what a song. I absolutely love that. And again, I always say, like, you know, if you follow the channel, this cat is ridiculous. If you follow the channel, you know that sometimes things grab me that are a little bit different sometimes, because we listen to, well, not everyone, but I listen to so much music. I mean, so much music, it's ridiculous. So, and a lot of it sort of almost melds into one sometimes, because some of it's so similar. So when something, you know, emotional comes along, it sort of grabs you by the balls a little bit more and sort of wakes you up and thinks, you know, this is something different. This is something really emotional, especially emotion when it comes into songs. I think a lot of music, and this is not me having a go, because, you know, I promote, you know, I'm really one for promoting new music, but some of new music lacks that sort of emotion that you used to feel. I don't know if it's a nostalgia thing with the old music, but it definitely lacks some emotion sometimes, and some, you know, it hits you harder, some of the older music. And I think it does happen now, but not as often. So when something comes along like this, like Odd Crew, which I covered last year, there's something different about them. There's something emotional. There's something that just gets you. This song got me, for sure. An absolutely brilliant song. Remember, guys, the album is coming out on February the 9th, so not long now, about a month to go. Takida, Your Blood Awaits You. What a great song to start off my reactions today. Let me know what you think of that in the comments below, guys, and I'll see you soon.